Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we dive into the reasons why Tesla is establishing a Gigafactory in Mexico. Despite some rumors to the contrary, Tesla has formally decided to locate its next Gigafactory, a vehicle production plant, in the Mexican state of Nuevo León. Even those of us who have been following Tesla quite carefully were somewhat surprised by this move. We had been keeping an eye on Canada, Indonesia, and even the United Kingdom, but we hadn't given Giga Mexico much thought. When you go a little deeper into the story, there are a number of very significant reasons why Tesla is setting up a base of operations in Mexico. Not just with a brand new factory, but also with the biggest Gigafactory to date, which was stated to occupy about 1,699 hectares. That is about 4,200 acres. This will make Giga Texas seem insignificant. Let's discuss why Giga Mexico is so important for Tesla's future. So, why Giga Mexico? Giga Mexico holds great significance since it is expected to be the first Tesla plant to assemble the company's next-generation vehicle platform, which will be its first affordable automobile, also known as the Model 2 or 25K Tesla, as you may like to call it. Elon Musk is adamant that the $25,000 Tesla would outsell all other Tesla models put together, which is perhaps why Tesla purchased 4,200 acres of land for this factory. It is clear that Tesla views this location as crucial to their next major business move. So, when asked, why Mexico? It would be simple to argue that cheap labor is the answer, and that is true. But there must be more factors involved, including the fact that the corporation already has access to inexpensive labor in China. It's not like labor costs have ever shown to be a major problem for Tesla. If they can turn a profit making cars in Berlin, Germany, then they can turn a profit building vehicles pretty much anywhere. Tesla could have very easily decided to just keep growing their operations there. The Investor Day presentation highlighted Tesla's focus on streamlining and automating their production process, resulting in higher production volumes per unit of labor, making human labor more affordable. This increased productivity leads to a larger market share and increased profit. Elon Musk emphasized that Tesla's new Model 2 vehicle will be cheaper due to its optimization for mass production, not just cost reduction. The new $25,000 Tesla will be constructed in half the time needed to complete a Model 3. Tesla is going to remove all elements of rare earth metals in the drive unit. These rare earth metals include dysprosium, terbium, and praseodymium. Tesla uses them in DC permanent magnet motors, but not in its AC induction motors. Tesla is utilizing gigacastings, LFP battery cells, and structural packs. The electronic system on the Model 2 has been redesigned to operate on 48-volt architecture, and a significant number of components have been removed from the wiring harness. Choosing to develop the Tesla Model 2 in the new Giga Mexico is the result of numerous factors, so it is absurd to assume that cheap labor in Mexico equals a cheap car. And developing this new $25,000 Tesla vehicle might be a massive stepping stone for Tesla. Let's look at the economic factor to this big move. It may surprise you to learn that Mexico has free trade agreements with 50 nations. In contrast, the US only enjoys free trade with 20 nations. Since Mexico enjoys free trade agreements with the European Union, Japan, Israel, North America, and South America, Tesla can reach a large portion of their target market for the $25,000 Tesla without incurring import tariffs. And Tesla is by no means the only business to have chosen Mexico as a location for growth. Mexico has quietly established itself as a new global manufacturing hub, with articles suggesting it will become the new China. This trend began with Donald Trump's 2016 trade war with China, worsened by the coronavirus pandemic and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. People assumed cheap, easy, and peaceful trade with China would always exist, but this was not the case. We all observed as the global supply chain broke apart, and the astute business leaders out there won't be interested in just returning to the previous state of affairs. This gave rise to a phenomenon known as nearshoring. Companies, for the most part, are trying to locate their manufacturing as close to their consumer market as possible. And that's where establishing a market in Mexico comes in. This removes various supply-side obstacles, such as crowded ports, busy canals, and international shipping routes. In many cases, it also brings back the convenience of using old-fashioned trains to move goods. Now, what else do we know regarding the Gigafactory in Mexico? What is known from Tesla's operations in Germany and Texas is that they use the surrounding land to construct peripheral infrastructure for the main factory, which includes things like manufacturing drive units and battery cells and power generation. Given that Tesla executives have been discussing their desire to localize their supply chains as much as possible for some time now, with Giga Shanghai achieving over 95% localized supply chain, it is likely that Giga Mexico will eventually house all of the necessary production infrastructure in one location. Rumors from the governor of Nuevo León indicate that they will not be depending on importing motors and battery packs from Nevada or anything similar. Another really interesting factor is considering the market that this factory wants to serve. Apart from manufacturing cars for Mexicans, Giga Mexico will act as a center for international exports to South and Central America, Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and even Europe. But the North American market is not on their radar. During Investors Day, Dave Lee had the opportunity to ask a Tesla executive why they were building a new factory so close to the Texas facility instead of expanding the current one. Dave was informed by Tesla representatives during the Investor Day that Giga Mexico will not even be producing vehicles for the North American market. Why, you ask? Well, considering that Tesla would be making the new Tesla Model 2 in the Giga Mexico, we have to know who the Tesla Model 2 is meant for. Majority of people will instantly say, well, the car is meant for those who cannot afford a Model 3. But there's more to it than just affordability, as Elon has said that the new vehicle will be smaller than a Model 3. That's pretty small. Small cars are generally disliked by Americans. While some Americans may be content to drive a tiny car, the majority have determined that their needs and wants as consumers demand a large car. Tesla won't change that, but almost everywhere else in the world, people adore tiny cars. This is often because the narrow, tiny roads there don't give them many options. Tesla is well aware of their strategy. They will sell millions and millions of these new cars, but they won't be a huge hit in the United States. Overall, there are many ways in which growing Mexico's manufacturing industry benefits the U.S. economy. The more goods that are assembled in Mexico, the greater the demand for American-made parts and materials. All of this is to say that one thing is certain. Tesla's new business venture in Mexico will be unlike anything the company has ever done, and it will signal a major shift in the way the company conducts business internationally. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.